So Peter, you've got a vast experience in 5-axis CNC machining. I'd like to dive into that if I may. How does this technology aid 5-axis machining?
Well, the thing is, machine tools in general are set up for 15, 18 or 20,000 RPM. And that is usually a problem on today's workpieces because you have a lot of areas that need to be fine machined, fine milling, extremely good surface finishes and things along those lines. And you cannot achieve that with the low RPMs that are in the machine. So what you do is you use one of our air turbine spindles to enhance the capability of the machine that you have already. And you make it faster, you make it better, and you make it more accurate. And the thing, of course, is always, every customer in the end always has to ask, what's in it for me? What's in it for me for a tool that you add to an existing machine for between $3,000 to $6,500, you enhance the capability. You reduce the cycle time, you get much better surface finish, and you get much higher quality. Unlike the main spindles in the machine, you can let it run with air, and air basically that you're using cools the spindles while they're running. In one of the main machines, you can run at 15 or 18,000 RPM, but it's very, very limited because then the accuracy falls apart because you heat up the spindle. Whereas with these spindles, you don't do that. It's an accessory that you basically load in, and you load it in through the tool changer automatically. For the most part, your operator does not even need to know that an air spindle is in the machine. It's part of the regular process. You load it in, load it out through the tool magazine.
Many machine tool builders do not recommend you run their spindles to 100% for a long time, do they? So your spindle's going to be at 0, so no problem.
That is absolutely correct. And obviously we work with the who's who in the industry as to the people who are machining with Grob, with Hermle, with Hidelius, with Mazak, with Okuma. All these people, DMG for instance as well, Haas even, they're all using our spindle because of that. They're complementing their spindle that they have in the machine. Just like you said, they don't want to run it at maximum RPM. They don't recommend it because if that spindle fails, you're looking at 20 to 40,000 repair costs. And one of these spindles that you see here obviously is in the 3 to 6,500 range. So within 2 to 3 months usually, you get an ROI, you get these paid for. On 5-axis especially, part of the problem is reach. And reach when you have a small tool. And these spindles here work with 6 millimeters max. But since they're running at high RPM, since the tool is very weak, and you cannot extend it out of the collet too much, we have a long shaft, obviously, so that you can reach and don't have collision within the machine. That is the main purpose. And you can, like I said, get an excellent surface finish, reduce machining time. The efficiency of your existing machine goes way, way up. And that is usually what sells our spindles in the market. And as you can see, we have different sizes, different RPMs as well, 40, 50,000 RPM. This one is 40,000 RPM, and this one goes to 65,000 or 80,000 RPM.